Lone Rider here, and I just wanted to talk about single speeds. This particular one has seen some changes. It's based on an older specialized Hardrock front suspension bike, and I wanted this to be more useful for around town as well as light off-roading, so I went to a smaller rear cog. Most of my mountain bikes that are built up as single speeds or have been built up as single speeds for off-road use have something more akin to, let's say, 3421, 3218, something like that. This one's got like a 32, I think it's a 3215 or 3260. And so this isn't really all that suited for hardcore off-roading. For a dirt road like this, it's kind of fine because there's not a lot of hills. You have some ruts, but you know, that's because they took a truck or a bulldozer through here. There's power lines, and this is the power line company has to get through. But yeah, if I wanted this to be more dual use for light off-roading like this, like dirt roads, I could probably make it work if I went to wider tires. These tires are like 1.8s or 1.9s or something, and they're not all that wide. If I went to like 2¼ inch tires, this would probably be perfect for both this and the street. Right now it's so-so for this, but it's definitely a little faster on the street. So it's kind of like my ongoing search for dual use single speed. Part of the problem is when you get older, you know, when I was a kid, I could rock 3216 off-road and on-road. Of course, I wasn't really riding a lot of hilly off-roading like I sometimes do now. I'll sometimes go to like Lewis Morris or places like that, or before they closed the park in Union County, you know, Watchung. There was a period where the no bike signs were down for like almost a year, and actually that's what I specifically built this up to ride. Watchung is very hilly, so when I wanted to change it over, I had to go to smaller back gear to make it possible to use it on the street, because otherwise I basically maxed out at like 12 miles an hour, spinning like Mighty Mouse. But single speeds are fun. One of the great things I like about these is you can just pick one up and go. There's no futzing with it. There's basically nothing to it. It's a chain, 2 brakes and wheels. And since a lot of times you can just hodgepodge them together out of older bikes and parts you have lying around, literally the only thing I spent money on this bike was the chain tensioner. And I didn't even buy it for this bike. I had it lying around from another project. So yeah, they're just so much fun. Not the most practical bike in the world if you're planning on keeping up with people on gear bikes, but for just bombing around on a lazy, hazy Saturday afternoon in the spring, and it doesn't feel like spring. It's like 80 degrees here, and this is New Jersey. Normal spring temperatures would be a lot cooler. So I don't know whether it's all the hot air from the politicians or what, but I'm loving this weather, you know. So. But yeah, the gearing's always a compromise. Obviously, it's more of a compromise if you're trying to get one that works on the street and for some light off-roading. But I think I pretty much narrowed it down. And what I'm probably going to do is, if this is in fact a 15 in the back, so if this is in fact 3215, and I don't really remember whether it's a 15 or a 16. But if it's a 15, I may go back up to a 16 so that it's just a little more, it'll be a little slower on the street, but it'll be a little more suited for off-roading. And like I said, the stuff that's designed for serious off-roading, like actual mountain bike trails and hilly places, I do have single-speed bikes that are built up like that. My Airborne, for one, but they're built up with, like that one's got a 3421, I think. So anyway, Lone Rider out, and yeah, just wanted to throw a little bit out there about single speeds. These are pretty neat.